Hey there, Saki here from Saki Tech, and in today's video, I'm going to share over 25 plus tips, tricks, and fantastic tactics to customize your new and shiny Samsung Galaxy S9 or S9 Plus. Now, this is a fantastic smartphone, and these in-depth tips will allow you to fully enhance the ownership of your smartphone. So let's dive in and discover. Before we do dive in, if you do use Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, follow me on all at Saki Tech Online. Alright, let's go. Alright, so the very first thing I want you guys to do is to go to the settings and quickly change the device of your name. So scroll all the way down, go to About Phone, and then tap on Edit here where it says Galaxy S9 Plus, or it may say something else in your case. So just tap that, and it's going to allow you to change the name of your device. So in my case, what I do is I just say something like Saki S9 Plus, and then I click Done, and now my device has a unique name for me to actually recognize it when I connect other Bluetooth device to the phone, or when I connect the phone to other Bluetooth devices. Now, one more thing I'm going to show you guys with the lock screen is how to modify. This is actually new in the Galaxy S9 Plus also. You can actually modify, let's go to this clock can be fully modified. So what you want to do is you want to go to the settings, you want to go to the lock screen and security, and you want to go into the clock and you want to go into the clock and face widgets, and we'll look at all this other stuff here in a minute. But tap on clock style and tap on lock screen, and then from here you can have all these different clock styles on the actual lock screen, and you can even change the type, which is all this stuff, or you can change the color. So let's go with a you can do combination colors. There's the red color. It's hard to see a little bit because the background is so light, but let's just keep it. But the idea is you can change the color. So let's see if I can get a dark color here. Click Done. Okay, so there we go. And then once you're ready, you can, like I said, you can change the type and the color. Okay, they have all these different nice types. Look at that one. So let's click Apply. That looks nice. Now if I go to the actual lock screen, you'll see that the clock style is now changed. This is an absolutely fantastic way to customize your smartphone's interface. And the next thing I quickly like to show to people is if you go into the lock screen, there's something that you'll notice, which is not noticeable right away, but all these phones have in fact face widgets. So you can scroll over to access various different face widgets. So let me show you how to enable those. Go to the settings, go into the lock screen, which is right here, lock screen and security, and then just scroll down a little bit and it says clock and face widgets. You tap on this guy, and there's a couple things you can do here. The first thing I like to do is tap on the face widgets and simply enable all these guys. So I have a music controller, today's schedule, and a next alarm now set up as a face widget. Now if I wanted to, I can also reorder these by tapping the reorder button, so I can have the alarm show up on the top just by dragging it over here. Now let me quickly show you what that looks like. So let's go back here, let's go home, lock the screen, turn it again, and now when I swipe over, that's the next alarm. If I swipe over, if I had any music playing, it would be showing up right here. I would have a play button and a previous and next button. And if I go over here, that is in fact my calendar. So that's fantastic. Now let me go to the settings over here, and one more thing I want you guys to do is if you go to lock screen and security, go back into the face widgets, tap on contact information, and from here just enter a text that shows up on the lock screen. So I can just say in this scenario, just say Saki Tech, just to personalize my device a little bit. And over here it says where to show. If you tap on this, it allows you to show it on the lock screen, on the always on display, or both. I'm going to talk about the always on display in a little bit. So for now, let's just click both and click Done, and then go back home, lock the screen, turn it on, and as you can see, right under the date over here, it's going to say Saki Tech. So you can personalize your device in this way. Now let's go back into the phone, and I want to quickly show you guys something really cool you can do with the edges of the smartphone. So basically when somebody sends you a text message or somebody calls you or you get any notification from something like the WhatsApp application or any other application, you can really have some nice effects on your smartphone that actually glow around the edges of the device. So what you want to do is you want to go to the display and then scroll down to the edge screen, tap on the edge screen, and then tap on edge lighting, tap on that, and make sure you enable this to be always, and then you scroll down. Over here it says edge lighting effect. You tap on it. You can have a bunch of different effects. Let me just change the size of that so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So that's exactly what's going to happen when you get a text message. You can also change the color of it. So I can tap over here. I can pick the red color. So this is exactly what happens when you get a text message. Again, if I tap over here, let's say I want the green one. Again, the edge is going to light nicely with a green glow around the edges, and a small notification is going to appear on the top. And as you can see over here, you can change the transparency, the color, the size of that actual glow around the edges. Also, if you tap on the effect over here, you can change the effect from basic to multicolor, from multicolor to glow, and then from glow to also glitter. So you have all these beautiful customization options when it comes to actual text messages or any other notification. So that's the glow. Let's go back to color. Just keep that in red. And that's exactly what it's going to look like. Fantastic. And then what else you can do is you can tap on this over here. And what I want you to do is, if you want to see this kind of notification for any available app, just tap on all available apps. Or if you don't want that, you can customize individual apps. Okay? So if you get a message, then it's going to glow. But if anything else happens, it's not going to glow the edges the way I just showed it. So let me just keep this on all available apps. And let's move on to the next fantastic tip. Let me send myself a quick message really quick so I can just see this thing in real time. So let me click send on my other phone and I'll get a text message. And as you can see, there was a green glow around the edges and also a little notification on the top. All came in the green color that I chose. All right. The next thing I want to talk about has to do with folders. So let me just grab two apps and put them on the home screen real quick. Or as a matter of fact, let me just grab this folder here. Let me just put it on the home screen right over here. And basically what I'm going to do is I want to color code that folder. It's very simple. You tap on the actual folder. You tap on this icon here, the circle, and you can actually color code this folder. Now with the Samsung Galaxy S9, with the latest updates, you are able to pick any color that you want, which is something I absolutely love. So I can have this in red color, and then I can click done, and now that folder is going to be in red color. This is a great way to customize your individual folders and color code them. And let me show you one more thing. When you swipe down, it goes to the app drawer. When you swipe up, it goes to the app drawer. This is a ability. These are features you can actually change. So when I pull down, I want the notifications panel to come down. What I want to do is I want to press and hold on the home screen and then go into the home screen settings. And from there, basically all you want to do is enable this thing here. It says quick open notification panel. If you enable this, and if I go back out, now when I pull this down, it's going to actually pull down the notifications panel, which is absolutely great. We're not having any wasted movement. So if I go up, it brings up the apps. And if I go down, it brings down the notifications panel, which makes it very easy to bring it down if you're using your phone with one hand and you just want to use your thumb to take a look at the notifications really quickly. And one more thing you can do is, as you can see at the bottom, you do not have an app button. You have to scroll up to go into the apps. If you do want the apps button, that's actually possible. Again, press and hold, go to the home screen settings, and then tap on the apps button and simply say show apps button. Click apply, then go back out of home, and now the extra app that was here actually got switched over to a new home screen, the camera, so we're going to leave it there. But now you have the apps button. You don't have to swipe up. You can just press this and go straight to the app drawer. All right, let's move on to the next tip. Now, one more thing I like to do is I usually don't have a security on my phone, and I don't recommend that you do that, but let me show you a trick you can employ if you didn't have any PIN number or passcode or any kind of biometric security enabled. What you could do is, let's turn off the phone. You can press this area here just press and hold, and it just unlocks the phone and goes straight into the home screen. So how do you actually enable that? What you want to do is you want to go to the settings, display, and just scroll down to navigation bar. You tap on this guy, and over here it says unlock with home button. So if this is enabled, what I just did actually happens. So hard press the home button. This home button here actually is a real button. You can it's pressure sensitive. You can press on it and it gives you a taptic feedback. But basically if you hard press this, it unlocks the phone and goes straight into your home screen. Now if I didn't have this, let's say I didn't have this enabled and I was in the lock screen here, if I press it, whoops, it goes to the actual lock screen. It doesn't go to the home screen directly. But if I have that thing enabled, let me just unlock that, go back in, display, scroll down to the navigation bar, and then if I have this enabled, what I just showed you a couple seconds ago actually happens. So if I turn off the phone, I just press this button and boom, it comes right up. All right, so that's an easy shortcut to go directly into your phone. Now let's go back to that option, the navigation bar settings here. The other things you can do here is the navigation bar is the bar at the bottom here. What you can do is you can actually color code it to match your own style. So let's say this is dark gray here. So you can change it that color. You can have it light pink. And all these colors are going to be light and transparent, but you can in fact pick different colors. So let me keep it on this one. Now as you can see, it looks a little bit different. And on the top of that, you see there's a little button here. It's a black dot. That's this thing right here, show and hide button. Now if you disable this, the black dot goes away. So what's the functionality of this? Let's enable this guy. If you double tap the black dot, the navigation bar disappears, giving you a full and immersive view of the actual screen. If you want to bring it back, you just go like this, and you double tap it again, and that locks it in place. And this applies at any app. You can go to Chrome, you can go to YouTube app, you can go to any app, and this is going to work. So if you double tap it, it disappears. You just bring it up like this, and if you'd like to keep it permanently, just double tap it again. Oops, double tap, and it actually locks into place. So that's one option you have here. That's the color option, and then you can change the pressure sensitivity of the home button. So if I tap on this, you can say to the phone that only activate the pressure sensitive home button if I press it really hard. And that's the pressure test here. You can actually tap on this and then you can test the sensitivity of it. Okay, so if I keep it here in the medium, for me that actually works best. So let's go back here, and the other thing I want to talk about here obviously is the button layout at the bottom here. If you tap on this guy, you can actually switch the recent keys and the back keys amongst each other. They can swap places, whatever works for you. So I like it this way, the back keys here, and this is the recent apps key. I like it right there. Okay, so those are the navigation bar tips and tricks. Let's move on to the next tip and discover even more. So what is the always on display? It's basically a display that remains on even if you turn off the screen of your smartphone. So if I turn off the screen right here, a display is going to pop up and it's going to give me basic information such as the clock, the date, my signature here that I added earlier, and of course the text messages, if any. It'll give me a little notifications basically at the bottom here. Okay, and then I can go into the to the home screen here. You unlock your phone, go inside. Let's take a look at how to customize the always on display. So if you go to the settings, and if you go into the lock screen and security, you're going to find the always on display right over here somewhere. I think I missed it. Right there. Okay, so you tap on this guy, and first of all, make sure it's enabled. Just remember, when you enable the always on display, it does eat more battery life. So I do not recommend having this on if you're actually basically maybe you're on the go, you're doing some business trip or whatever, and you don't have access to chargers all over the place. Then I would disable this. But if you have chargers all over the place, then enable this because it is a really nice and fancy option. So what I like to do is over here it says set a schedule for the always on display. I don't like the schedules. I just like to make sure it is shown at all times. So if you enable this, it's going to show the always on display all the time, day and night. But if you disable this, it goes by a schedule that you can actually customize. Okay, so maybe you want the always on display to be visible at nighttime. Then you can do the set schedule. But regardless, that's not the big deal. The biggest thing about the always on display is how much you can customize this awesome little thing. Now, if you want to actually customize the always on display, you cannot do it here. What you have to do is go back out and go to that screen that I went earlier into, the clock and face widgets. You tap on this, then you tap on clock style, and then you actually pick your clock style from right here. So as you can see, you can switch between all these different styles here, different clock styles on your always on display. And the other thing you can do is you can tap on color and actually make changes to the actual color you want to see on your always on display. So type and color. So what is this over here? That's not bad. And that's another one right here. Okay. So if I pick this one here, when I'm ready, I click apply. But before that, I just want to show you all the other options you have. So you have calendars, dual clocks. You can set images if you want to here. But I just like this one here. So let's keep that. Click apply and then go back home. Then go to the lock screen. I'm going to show you how it looks different. There we go. It's going to come by itself. And boom, so that's the new always on display. So it's fully customizable, which is quite amazing. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned some new stuff to enhance the ownership of your S9 or S9 Plus. Now make sure to subscribe to Saki Tech for more videos to come, and also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Saki Tech Online. Guys, have a fantastic day.